icLAAo. I can't lose. No reality where I lose ever. Whew, it's been a while since I did a sit down video, but I'm gonna jump right into it. You know what I realized is the hardest things for humans to believe? The hardest things for humans to believe is that somebody who they perceive to be doing better than them, or somebody who they perceive to have things that they also want, can be unhappy. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that when you tell people that celebrities are unhappy, or like famous people don't like their lives, or rich people are unhappy, people will never believe it. They'll be like, oh, you're lying. I'd rather cry in my Lambo than in my Toyota. Oh, it doesn't matter. How can they not be happy? They have all these people that love them. They have all these fans. They have all this money. They're with all the girls. They're traveling all over the world. How can they not be happy? And it's called the grass is always greener syndrome. I don't know who came up with that, but it's called the grass is always greener syndrome. Because when you're looking over at somebody else, you don't see, because people don't, the same way that you don't go around talking about all the bad things that's happening in your life, those people aren't going around talking about all the bad things that are happening in their life. We live in an age of fake. We live in a world where the fake is the new real, and everybody's living an amazing life. Even people that you probably know. You feel the same thing about people that you probably know. Man, this guy I went to high school with, he has a girlfriend. He's doing all these big things. He just got a new job. He's got a new car. He's killing it. Man, I wish I was doing what he's doing. I wish I had what he had. Because the perception that everybody likes to put off is that my life is so amazing. Look where I'm traveling. Look who I'm with. Look what I'm doing. So for people, the grass always looks greener on somebody else's lawn. The grass always looks greener than your lawn. And this is a very normal thing for people to do. It's very normal for people to compare each other. It's very normal for people to want what other people have. And I realized this, and the reason I make this video is because I realized this myself. Like, I'm sure that some people see me, they see a young, jacked, handsome, genius, black man, which I am, and they're probably like, damn, bro, if only I looked like that. Damn, if only I was jacked. Man, if only I could run a business. Man, I wish I had what he had. And I laugh when I think that some people think that, because, I mean, I know some people think that because people have told me. People have told me, man, I would kill to be in your shoes. People told me, man, I wish I could do what you're doing. From the outside looking in, the grass is always greener. But I know from living my life that there are things that I don't have as well. There are people who I look at that, in theory, I'm doing better than, but they still have things that I don't have. They still have things that I want. They still have things that I sometimes look and be like, damn, like, I wish I had that. Even though I have all this, I still, all this. No reality where I lose. I have all this. There's still things that I lack, that I want. There's still things that I don't have, that I want, that other people who are doing worse than me have. So the grass is always greener. And what it made me realize is that you just have to be grateful for what you have. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you shouldn't aspire to want other things, or you shouldn't, strive to get more and want more. No. I'm saying that to say that the destination is never as good as we think it's going to be. It's never as good. Never. The journey is what always ends up being the really important thing. The journey is what always ends up being the most enjoyable thing. Like me right now, I'm on a mission. I'm already rich, but I'm on a mission to become rich in this physical world. Money rich. Because in my mind, I have a perception of what life is going to be like when I have a certain amount of money. I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that, I'll be able to, these people do this, these people respect me. I have a perception in my mind of how great my life is going to be when I make a certain amount of money. But my logical mind is telling me, and I already know that it's never going to be as good as I'm imagining it in my head. That's not to say that it won't be good, and it won't be better than my current situation. But it will never be as good as what I'm imagining in my head. Never. And people get there. Like, people say they get to the top, they become famous, they become rich, they become all these things. They finally got there. And then a lot of people would be like, damn, like, I don't feel any different. To other people, you're killing it. To other people, man, I wish I could do what he's doing. Do you see the car he's driving? Do you see his girlfriend? Do you see her boyfriend? Do you see what they just did? To other people, you're killing it. To other people, they're envying you. To other people, they wish they had what you have. To other people, your lawn is greener than their lawn. To other people, your lawn is greener than their lawn. But to you, your lawn is the most dead lawn in the world. Your lawn is the brownest lawn in your whole neighborhood. That's how it really be. People have such a hard time believing that all these famous people are unhappy. Not to say that every single one of them are unhappy, but people have a hard time believing that all these famous people still struggle. All these famous people still go through things. All these rich people still go through things. A lot of these rich people aren't happy at all, because we've been conditioned to think or base our happiness in this society off of all these material things that don't mean anything. No matter how much money you get, it doesn't change how you feel about yourself and your situation. Money can fix all the problems that can be fixed with money. But what people understand is that the main problems that you have are coming from inside you. Because there are many people in the world who are super happy and content with their lives without any money at all. So what makes you think that money is going to fix all your issues? What makes you think that buying a new house is going to fix all your issues? What makes you think that just because that guy is ripped and he's dating a supermodel and he drives a Lamborghini and he's on a talk show, he has a successful YouTube channel, what makes you think that all of that makes him happy, truly? You think that they're happy because you don't see the fact that their parents abuse them. You don't see the fact that their relationship is toxic. You don't see the fact that all those cars they're driving are on loan. You don't see the fact that they're in $200,000 worth of debt. You don't see that. So to you, the grass is always greener. And you want what they have. And you envy what they have. And it makes you feel bad about yourself. If only I was jacked. Oh, if only I was jacked. Well, I'm telling you, bro, this doesn't really... I mean, of course, it's purse, of course. I'm a fucking God. I see it. I can't lose. Of course, I mean, this is cool. But getting a six-pack, getting muscles, doesn't change anything about your life. I mean, let me not say it doesn't change anything about your life. It's not going to turn your life from shit to amazing. Nothing external will ever turn your life from shit to amazing or make you feel happy or make you feel fulfilled. The only thing that can do that is you, inside of you. It's literally all about how you think. If you give yourself the perception that if I don't have those things that they have, I'm not successful, then you'll always feel bad about yourself. You'll always feel like you're lacking something. But if you change your perspective to be like, as long as, I feel good about myself, I'm progressing towards my goals, my family's okay, I'm okay, that's all I need, then you're happy all of a sudden. See, what people don't understand is that the more variables you add into your life, the more complicated you make your life, the more unhappy you actually end up being, or the higher your threshold for unhappiness actually is. Like, let's say, he has all these cars, he's dating 3 women, he's doing a YouTube, a podcast, he's doing all this stuff, he's in shape. Think about how complicated that person's life now is. They have to handle those 3 girlfriends, have to handle all these car payments, they have to do this here, do this interview, do this, blah, blah, blah. Hotel room, traveling. Think about how complicated that life is. I saw a scene from the movie Taken. I just saw the movie Taken for the first time in my life, like last week. I just saw the movie Taken. And there was a scene where Liam Neeson was with the super singer. And he was like, oh my God. Well, let me do a Liam Neeson impression. My daughter. Let me do a Liam Neeson impression. How he said it. He said, my daughter wants to be a super singer like you. My daughter wants to be a singer like you. Oh my God, I can't do it. But yeah, he says to the singer, my daughter wants to be a singer. Can you give me any tips for her? And the singer says, tell her to pick another career. Because the singer tells him that from the outside looking in, you see all this glamour, you see the cars, you see the fans, you see all this shit. But in reality, It's very lonely, and it's just a whole bunch of hotels and being around people that you don't know. That's the reality of these famous people that you think are living the best life on the planet, that you envy, that you hate on because you envy them and you want what they have. That's the life. It's not as perfect as people think it is. So I say all this to say, remember that the grass is always going to look greener. The grass is always going to look greener because you haven't experienced it. Because you haven't experienced it. You don't know what it feels like. So your brain automatically is going to be like, your brain's automatically going to give you a perception that's way better than what you're experiencing because you know this and you don't like what you're experiencing currently. And you see the perception of other people. And it looks like, oh my God, I'm with the bitch, where the bottle at? But that's not it at all. So long story short, bro, the grass is always going to perceive greener on the other pasture. The grass is always going to look greener on the other person's lawn. But there's a reason that the quote, don't judge a book by its cover, exists. Because just because you see something at face value doesn't mean that's exactly what it is. Everything in life is an iceberg. I've said this before many times. Everything in life is an iceberg because you see a little bit at the top, but you have no idea how deep it goes under. So be thankful for what you have. Stop trying to live your life based on what other people have or what you think you want or other people have. Man, you know what I'm trying to say, bro. Just be thankful for what you have. The grass is always going to look greener. Work on yourself. Stop envying people. icLAAo.